Welcome in, IllinoisPrep.com. Skylar King alongside Eric Seals. Team number 24 of our playoff previews is the Lake Zurich Bears. They went 8-1, and they are in the brutally tough 7A. And the only loss they had, we were there. They hosted Stevenson, a 24-23 2-minute drill run by Kevin Earl and the Stevenson Patriots. And other than that, they've been cruising right along. Just got a big win over a good Lake Forest team in Week 9. And their offense is carried by Mr. Jacob Brindley.
Yeah, plus 1,000 yards this season. And, for high school running back, if you're doing over 1,000 yards, you're definitely having a good season. And, after seeing them in the Stevenson game, that game could have went either way.
Oh, yeah.
It was a fantastic game. Definitely my top game of the year that I've seen. And, Lake Zurich is definitely a dangerous team to watch out for.
Yeah, and, their defense has brought it all year. The 24 points they allowed to Stevenson, which is obviously good offense, were the most points they allowed. And they were putting up some points, too. They put up 40 twice. They put up 30 twice. And the thing that I like about Lake Zurich and specifically Jacob Brindley is that he's the type of back who can really put the game on ice for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're up late. He's a power back. He's not going to be breaking a lot of 80-yard runs, but he's hard to bring down, and that's all you need. Get those 5-yard chunks, move the chains, and that's how you kill the clock late.
Yeah, there's a couple other teams that need that type of running back where
exactly.
he could just bruise it. And there's nothing more deflating to a defense when every time someone touches the ball, it's just getting 4 yards, 5 yards. It's different when they just bust an 80-yard run, but every time they get the ball, they are running over top of you. And so it's definitely going to be something that's going to be very important to have in the playoffs. You get up by 2 touchdowns, you have 5-6 minutes left. Let your horse, do the hard work.
Yeah, let him carry you home. And he's joined in the backfield like quarterback Zach Till, who is definitely capable of throwing the ball around when necessary. Got Lake Zurich making it to the quarters, and Simeon looms there.
Yeah.
Simeon is super tough. I wonder, though, if Brindley isn't the perfect type of runner to have against a Simeon defense, which, it's not like they're a bunch of huge guys over there. They're very fast, but, just like in a boxing match, you go to the body enough, speed guys start to slow down a little, and I definitely think Lake Zurich's a dangerous team in that quadrant of the bracket.
Yeah, if Lake Zurich and Simeon end up matched up, it'll definitely be a contrast of styles. The two different, the way that the teams play, and it'll be which team can adapt, and more likely it'll be which team can adapt at halftime. So, Lake Zurich, if I'm looking from Simeon, if I'm looking at Lake Zurich, they're not necessarily a team I want to face because they will hit you in the mouth. They're a hard-nosed hitting team. And they will get their 3 or 4 yards every time on the offensive side. So I think Lake Zurich, in a very, very, very tough 7A class, is going to do well. If they can get over these couple hurdles in these first couple rounds, then they can expect to see themselves, hope maybe in the finals.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, Simeon's such a high-scoring offense, and I do have Lake Zurich playing Simeon in the quarterfinals, is if you can effectively pound the ball with a Brindley, you can limit the Simeon possessions.
Yeah.
Make them play the game at high 20s, low 30s, not into the 40s.
Not only that, but keeping their offense off the field.
Yeah, exactly. And, that'll definitely be frustrating for Simeon, for their offense, too, because then they know, okay, well, they're pounding the ball on us. We're not going to have that many shots. We need to score every time. So that increases the pressure on Simeon, who, again, Simeon's another one of those teams. This is probably the best team they've ever had. They don't have a playoff experience everywhere to say, we've been here before. You can just calm down, execute, and go get a score when we need to. They're used to having a lot of opportunities because they can score quickly. They have a big play defense who can give them the ball back. But again, if you're Lake Zurich and you have Brindley, I don't know that I'm testing those athletes in the Simeon secondary unless it's off a play action where you might have a wide open tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I think it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to coaching. I think it's going to come down to discipline. And when it comes down to discipline between the two teams, after seeing Lake Zurich at Stevenson, they have. I mean, they can get you both ways. They can get you in the air. They can get you running. It's that type of team that you can see in the finals. They don't have too many weak points. They're not the most talented out there. They don't have like 8 superstars.
But they're not going to make a ton of mistakes.
And when it comes down to football, I want the team who's not going to make a ton of mistakes. You want to have Adrian Peterson, who's going to put the ball on the ground 6 times, or you want Gerhardt, who's going to give me 5 or 6 yards a pop, but he's going to keep the ball in his gut.
Yeah, and I think the defense and the running game, the reason so many, and I know you like to have the passing game, but the defense and the running game, just it can keep you in the game, put the pressure on that other team to let them know that they can't make any mistakes, and that's normally when teams do make the mistakes.
Yeah.
Lake Zurich sticks to their guns, sticks to their game, saying, I'm not worried about Simeon or Carmel or Wheaton South, chucking the pill all over the place. We're going to hand the ball off and make you stop our run and then make you score enough on our defense to beat us, because this defense obviously has a lot to be confident about, because they hold some good offenses to very few points.
Well, one thing they shouldn't do is look past Jacobs, because that is a team that believes that they deserve to be there. They're a good team. They had a lot of good competition this year. A lot of their games could have gone either way. So if I'm a Lake Zurich fan, family, parent, coach, I'm not looking past Jacobs.
No, definitely a big first round game for Lake Zurich on their quest to make some serious noise deep into the 7A playoffs. So we're on the precipice.
Yes,
this is team number 24. We have one more playoff preview for you, and that'll be with you next time here at IllinoisPrep.com.